for our air signs. So, first, our astrological overview. In July 2026, there are some major astrological alignments to note. Mars is going to be conjunct Uranus in Gemini on the 4th of July, bringing sudden shifts and surprises. Neptune goes retrograde in Aries starting July 7th, encouraging inner reflection. Around July 20th, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto all align at 4 degrees of different signs, signaling long-term transformations. The North Node moves into Aquarius on July 26th, shifting focus to collective efforts. And on July 20th, there's also a harmonious trine between Jupiter and Neptune, inspiring creativity and vision. Welcome back to Tarot with Kat, where we let ideas soar on the breeze. July stirs the winds for our air signs. Libra, our cardinal air, you're initiating new connections and collaborations. July calls you to lead with diplomacy, but make sure your own needs are heard. Aquarius, our fixed air sign, you're stabilizing innovative plans. July asks for persistence, but don't forget to adjust where needed. Gemini, our mutable air sign. July is full of conversations and possibilities. Adapt freely, but find focus so your ideas land where they matter. And with that, we've danced through all 4 elements. If you want to know more about what the difference is between cardinal versus mutable versus fixed signs, I just made a short, which will also post on Saturday on my YouTube channel, that explains a little bit about that. And I have a lot of other cool videos where you can learn more about tarot. I got the scariest cards in the tarot. I have a funny short about my big deck collection that you guys should check out. That's very cute and tongue-in-cheek. All right, so that's what the planets have to say. Now let's see what the cards have to say. Here we go. And this is for our air signs for the month of July 2026. Here we go. The moon. Has it shown up in every reading this time? Possibly, but definitely the last couple. Almost every reading, we've got the moon. We're coming up at the heart of our spread as the moon. You're being crossed as your challenge obstacle awareness by another ace, an ace of swords. Lots of aces, lots of major arcana, lots of aces right now for everyone, because this is a general reading for the collective, and we've got such huge things happening planetarily that makes total sense. Yes? All right, below us in our subconscious tool shed, we've got the 10 of Swords, one of the darkest cards in the tarot. Then in our immediate past position, we've got another major arcana, the Chariot. In our crown, we've got the 5 Pentacles. Had that last time too. Stepping into immediate future, another major arcana, Judgment. Us at the bottom of your staff, air, you're coming up as 3 Pentacles. Environment around you is giving you 7 Swords. Swords and Pentacles. Yeah, no, lots of major arcana. Where's our cups? Where's our water? Our hopes and fears sector. There's our cups. There's our cups. In our hopes and fears sector, 3 cups. And then final 3 and 3. Interesting. And then final potential outcome, 2 swords. Interesting. Interesting air signs. Okay. So here we go. Let's get into this spread. And I do a general Celtic cross spread for these readings because it's the best for just reading these general energies that are happening to everyone. And so air signs, you're coming up at the heart of your spread as the moon. Major arcana. Coming toward the end of the Fool's Journey. It goes Sun, Moon, Star, Judgment. So I believe it's 18th or 19th major arcana with the moon. It's as you're going through major transformations and stepping into a new chapter of your life, you first experience this feeling of the moon. This is like paths unknown, things that seem uncertain. You don't know which way to go. You're not sure. Maybe you don't know what you don't know. And so things are scary. You just can't see. It's just not illuminated. That's all. There's weird things creeping out of the depths that are unexpected. So this is the what's coming up with what's happening with Uranus the 4th of July, these unexpected things creeping up. Now, the interesting story behind the moon card, and I shared it in a couple of the previous readings, is the two dogs in the moon. I love it. It's this solar eclipse behind or lunar eclipse behind these two towers. So you're walking off into a new land, a totally new chapter of your life. You've got some unexpected things coming out of the water, which can be scary. And you got these two dogs. One is a wild dog and one is a tame dog. And they're both kind of howling at the moon. But it harkens back to the old Chinese proverb about the two dogs. You have a wild dog, you have a domesticated dog. And if you pitted them against each other, which would win? Which would survive? And the answer is the one you feed, right? When you get into a scary situation and things unknown, it can be very tempting to give into your fears and become wild and get angry and fight and snap it. That's the bad dog. That's feeding the bad dog when you give into those. Whereas the tame dog, it's all about, if you think about what it takes to domesticate a dog, it takes training and discipline and structure. And so that's the tame dog, and that's the dog you want to feed in those situations. So I usually tell that story when I talk about the moon card. We're coming up, that's us in the month of July, some of how we're feeling, and we're being crossed by this Ace of Swords. And that is our challenge, obstacle, or awareness this month. And the swords are all about, it's everything from the neck up. It's your thought. It's about reason, logic, communication, higher learning. It's also truth. Victory can be this ace. So I feel like we're really seeking truth and honesty, clarity, reason, is what's crossing us as our challenge, as we're feeling so uncertain with that moon, right? You want that clarity, honesty, and communication. Now, let's go bottom to top. Let's go subconscious to conscious, our unconscious to our crown chakra. So we're bringing with us, as part of us, without even thinking about it, just part of our subconscious is this 10 swords. Okay, so this is a final ending to something. It's complete. Whatever the thing is that we've had to step out of our way away from earlier in the year, talking April, February, March, April of 2026, we have seen a final ending to something, and it's been hard. We're feeling that. We still have that energy in our subconscious of that final ending. It is one of the darkest cards in the tarot. On my YouTube channel, Tarot with Kat, I have a video about the scariest cards in the tarot, and I rank the top 5, and it is in the top 5 scariest cards of the tarot deck. But it's also a beautiful card because it's a 10, which is a new beginning, the beginning of a new cycle, a new era. See, you can't start a new era until you go through this total fading away of the old, right? And so across the way, you've got the yellow skies, which yellow is happiness. There's water flow. I was saying, where's all our water? But there really is a lot of water here, especially in this card. You got already water flowing behind, which is already healing happening, okay? But you're just coming out of it. So that may be why you're feeling the moon as we move from subconscious up to conscious. You're feeling this moon, kind of scary. Don't know what the future is going to hold, and that's scary. To your crown chakra, which is this 5 of Pentacles, which 5s are always kind of off balance, off-putting. It wants to suck you back, the energy, and keep you from moving forward. 5 Pentacles is a feeling of being left out in the cold. Now, I got to tell you, when I laid these down, I said I'm not doing reversals. When I laid these down, this did come up reverse, but I said we're not doing reversals, so I turned it around. But it could be that you actually are good at, I think, with it in your crown, you are going to reason your way out of this 5 of Pentacles feeling, because this is noticing that you're not alone. You've got people with you. This month is going to be, for you especially, air signs, it's going to be really important that you focus on the collective and giving back and how we all help each other. That's going to be a key factor in the month of July. And so your mind, while you might be thinking, oh, woe is me, how come everything good happens for everybody else and everybody else is in the church enjoying, the love and the light and the happiness, and here I am out in the cold. The important thing at that moment when you're feeling like that is to focus on gratitude, focus on what you have, focus on the people with you, and that changes. That feeling goes away, it gets better, you move beyond the 5. Okay, that's my advice when you have the 5 pentacles in your crown. Now, from our immediate past, like beginning of 2026 through the present to what we're headed into. So you're stepping out of a chariot situation, 7th major arcana, which was all about keeping things balanced, trying to keep you're balancing the dark and the light, your finances, your personal private time versus family time or community time. It's keeping all of these things, all of the yin and the yang balanced out so that you can keep pressing forward and making forward progress is what that chariot is about. It's continuing to press on. And you've been continuing to try to press on as you've been moving through this final completion of something and starting things anew. You've been focused on pressing on. And now you're at a point, again, you at the center, you're feeling like the moon, you're kind of scared. You're a little bit scared, which is probably why fear is making you feel this 5 of Pentacles in your crown, right? It's a little scary now that this thing is over, and you got to move into, look what you're stepping into, Judgment, the Judgment card, which is the second to the last major arcana. It's what you must experience to level up and go to the next stage and progress. It comes right before the world, right before you've reached that pinnacle. It's the Judgment card. It's looking at all those things, and it comes right after a final death of something, and you're looking at your life and the things in your life, and you're deciding what things still serve you and what things don't, what things have to be cut away. And that's what it is, using judgment. It's using judgment. It's not being judgmental. There's a difference between being judgmental and using good judgment. And this is using good judgment and judging the things and letting go of the things which no longer serve you is what you're moving into. So no wonder you're feeling scared. It's scary, but great, because it has to happen to move up. It means you're moving up. So down here at the base, and you've got on your staff, you've got a couple 3s. 3s are change. Got a lot of odd numbered cards, but you're bringing that 10 with you, which is a new beginning. I know the card is a final death, but it's a new beginning because of that. And so you got a couple 3s, and you got another 7. So you're stepping out of the chariot situation, and you're getting a 7 in your environment. Again, okay. So you've got the 3 pentacles down here as you in your environment in July. This is again about working with others, working with the collective to create something new, to build something beautiful and new. Sometimes it can mean going back to school, undergoing training for whatever the thing is. So 3 Pentacles is what you're going to be doing in July. You're going to be working with others, learning with and from others to build this new chapter that you're building. Your environment around you in July is giving you 7 of Swords energy. Interesting that you're crossed as your awareness or obstacle by a Ace of Swords. So swords, again, are all about communication, thought, reason, logic, but they can also have to do with legal matters, contracts, things like that. I always look out, the 7's about, because this could be a card of somebody trying to pull one over on you, needing to be careful. Just just be mindful and careful that you're reading your contracts before you sign them. Read all the fine print, all that. When the environment is handing you 7 swords, it can mean trickery, but it can also just mean the importance of having a strategy. Have a strategy, have a plan as you're stepping into this new chapter, this new thing that's going to be coming to you. Your hopes and fears, meaning it hasn't materialized yet, but you're hoping for three cups. You want to make networking, connections, meeting new people, making new. It goes right along with your 3 pentacles down there, where you're going to be working with others, working with the collective to learn new things and create new things. So you're hoping to make those connections, and you will. These are your TGIF get-togethers with, work colleagues and things like that. I think that's definitely what you're hoping for to come your way. Final potential outcome is a 2 of swords for you. We might pull a clarifier. I haven't done any clarifiers on the other readings, but we might pull one for this 2 swords here. But 2 of swords is about a decision to be made. So you've come to the end of something. You're feeling really uncertain. You've been trying to keep things balanced out to press forward, but now you're having to exercise some judgment in your life, cut some things away. You're wanting to go back and be learning, kind of. 3 of Pentacles is also the Apprentice card. Like, I feel like you're starting something new, a new venture or something. You're going to be really careful in your environment with the 7 of Swords, and make sure to be strategic, have a plan, read any contracts before you sign them, because you're going to have some decisions to make, and you may be uncertain which. You got 2s are like a fork in the road. You got to choose, and it's a feeling of feeling uncertain. She's got a blindfold on, but then she's got all this water behind her saying, trust your intuition, listen to your heart and your intuition, and you'll be good. She's also got the swords crossed over her like this, crossing her heart out. So that's a signal to don't get too stuck in your head. I mean, do be strategic, read your contracts, but don't forget to listen to your heart. Okay, don't forget to listen to your heart, and that will help you know the right choice to make. I do want to pull one clarifier. So I set a deck over here, just in case. Of all my decks, this is our Centennial Smith-Waite deck. It's a traditional Rider-Waite deck, but it has Pamela Coleman Smith's name on it. She's the artist that did all the artwork. This is a rose gold deck, but the illustrations are from the Rider-Waite. She did all the illustrations back in that deck was published in 1909. Never got her name on it. I'm imagining didn't get any of the royalties. So, but what a cool thing is, everywhere, every card, here it's down in that little corner there, she's got her initials on every card except the Fool, which I kind of love. This Centennial deck has a couple bonus pieces of artwork of hers in here that like to pop out sometimes. So let's ask Pixie, was her nickname, what else we need to know. I especially want to know about this potential final outcome of 2 swords and also the 5 pentacles in your crown chakra. So tell us what else we need to know here for our air signs before I sign off. Let's see. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Not yet. It's not giving it to me yet. Okay. 3. We've got 3 wands there. He's looking out. Look at another 3. So you got 3. You're definitely embarking on something, stepping out and to venture into something new that's kind of scary. It's, again, this paths unknown. You're the moon in the center. You're definitely venturing out, following your passions. He's planted these 2 wands, and now he's looking out into the world about, where do I venture next and expand out. And so I'm sure that's, you're starting on a big life change, and I'm feeling a lot of nervousness and Little bit of fear here. Let's do one more. Let's pull one more clarifying card. You got all the threes. Yeah. You're going to be stepping into some judgment, exercising some judgment there. What else do we need to know? Tell our air signs, what else do we need to know? Well, there it is. Oh, we got 9 wands. This is just being exhausted. So you've been the Chariot, plowing through, keeping things balanced. You have some scary things coming up that you're not certain about. You've just experienced like the ending of some big phase of your life, and you're going back to the drawing board as with the 3 of Pentacles, not back to the drawing board, but going back to being a new learner, learning what you need to about this new aspect that's beginning. And so you're being really cautious and careful. You want to you want to be making those networking and stuff, and you're venturing out, but you need to be cautious of exhaustion. He's at the end of a cycle, which I feel like you have ended a cycle, and now you're wanting to start this new cycle. You need to rest up. You need to take a break, give yourself a rest, have a wonderful 4th of July. And this is going to be all good. You will make the right choice. You've got some really cool things coming up for you, air signs. I cannot wait for your next reading. Thank you guys for all being here. Those of you who hopped on, I really appreciate it so much. Thank you, Pink Mimi. I wish I had a moderator with me today so I could like send you guys messages and stuff at the same time, which I couldn't do, but I really appreciate it. I'm now going to go and edit these up and get them uploaded to my YouTube channel, Tarot with Kat. And I hope to see you guys here next month when I do my recordings for the month of August. See you guys soon. Thanks you guys for being here.